Hey, welcome back to the channel today. We're diving deep into the top 25 most valuable euro coins. First up, our journey begins in one of Europe's most glamorous and exclusive principalities, Monaco. Famous for its casinos, royalty, and the Grand Prix, Monaco doesn't mint many coins. But in 2007, they released something spectacular, a €2 commemorative coin honoring the legendary Princess Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly was more than a Hollywood icon. She was an Academy Award-winning actress who left the silver screen behind to become the Princess of Monaco after marrying Prince Rainier III in 1956. Her tragic death in 1982 shocked the world, and her legacy has lived on for decades. In 2007, to mark the 25th anniversary of her passing, Monaco issued this commemorative €2 coin. Only 20,001 pieces were minted, and yes, that one was for the prince's private collection. The design, featuring a graceful portrait of Princess Grace in profile, was created by French engraver Joseph Bernard. With such an incredibly low mintage, this coin is one of the rarest euro issues ever. As of today, prices range from €2, 0,000 to over €3, 5,000, depending on condition. In pristine uncirculated or proof-like quality, these coins can fetch even more in auctions or private sales. But beware, the Grace Kelly €2 coin is also one of the most counterfeited euro coins. Always buy from a reputable dealer or have it authenticated if you plan to invest. Number 2. 2004 Vatican City €2 Pope John Paul II Memorial. Now we travel from the glitz of Monaco to the spiritual heart of Europe, Vatican City. In 2004, a solemn yet powerful coin was issued to commemorate the life of one of the most beloved religious figures of our time, Pope John Paul II. Born in Poland as Karol Wojtyla, he became the first non-Italian pope in 455 years and served as the head of the Catholic Church from 1978 until his death in 2005. But the Vatican's €2 tribute was actually issued in 2004, a year before his passing, as a celebration of his enduring papacy and influence. This €2 coin features a symbolic design reflecting his contributions to peace, unity, and human rights. Only 85,000 coins were minted, a small number for a figure of such global importance. Vatican City coins, especially from this era, are known for their low mintage and strict distribution, usually limited to collector sets. Today, the 2004 Vatican €2 coin can fetch anywhere between €4,000 and €1, 0,000, and even more if it's part of an untouched proof set. Collectors of religious memorabilia, European coins, and modern numismatics often compete fiercely to get their hands on this coin. This coin isn't just a collectible, it's a tribute to a man who touched the lives of millions, promoted interfaith dialogue, and helped shape the course of 20th century history. The 2007 Monaco Grace Kelly €2 coin, with just 20,001 minted, is a shimmering tribute to royalty and elegance, valued up to €3, 5,000. And the 2004 Vatican City Pope John Paul II €2 coin, honoring a spiritual giant, issued in limited numbers and sought after by collectors worldwide. Number 3. 2005 San Marino €2 Galileo Galile Commemorative. We begin our journey in the beautiful Republic of San Marino, nestled in the hills of northern Italy. Though one of the smallest countries in Europe, San Marino punches well above its weight in the world of euro coinage. In 2005, San Marino issued a stunning €2 coin honoring Galileo Galilei, one of the greatest scientific minds in human history. Galileo is often called the father of modern science, known for his work in astronomy, physics, and the invention of the telescope. He was the first to observe Jupiter's moons, study sunspots, and support the then controversial theory that the Earth revolves around the sun, something that landed him in hot water with the Catholic Church. The coin, minted in just 130,000 pieces, features a magnificent portrait of Galileo, surrounded by stars and celestial symbols, designed by artist Maria Carmela Collinari. This piece not only celebrates science, but reflects San Marino's tradition of honoring cultural icons. Today, the Galileo €2 coin is valued between €3,000 and €7,000, depending on condition and whether it's part of a commemorative folder or proof set. Collectors from all over the world seek this coin for its historical relevance and its rarity. Due to its popularity, be cautious of fakes and reproductions. Always verify the edge lettering, which in San Marino's case features the 2 repeated 6 times with stars in between. Number 4. 2011 Vatican City €2, 26th World Youth Day Commemorative. Next, we head to Vatican City, the spiritual capital of the Catholic Church, and one of the most exclusive coin-issuing nations in Europe. In 2011, the Vatican released a €2 coin to mark the 26th World Youth Day, held in Madrid, Spain. World Youth Day is a global event initiated by Pope John Paul II in 1985, bringing together millions of young Catholics from across the globe. The 2011 edition was led by Pope Benedict XVI, who personally attended the celebrations in Madrid. The coin's design features young pilgrims raising a cross, symbolizing youth, faith, and unity. It was minted in only 100,000 pieces, a typical but low number for Vatican euro issues, which are never released into general circulation. This coin was distributed in a special collector folder, making it even more desirable. It sells today for €2,000 to €4,000, but can reach higher prices when in pristine or sealed condition. Vatican coins are especially sought after by religious collectors, euro coin set builders, and investors alike. Their annual themes, low mintage, and historic significance make them one of the most stable euro coin markets. Let's recap these euro masterpieces. The 2005 San Marino €2 Galileo Galile, a tribute to science and astronomy, with only 130,000 minted. The 2011 Vatican City €2 World Youth Day, a symbol of global faith and youth, with just 100,000 minted. Both coins are valued in the thousands of euros, and both are disappearing fast from the collector market. Number 5. Let's begin with the 2008 Vatican City €2 coin, issued to commemorate the Pauline year, an event proclaimed by Pope Benedict XVI to honor 2,000 years since the birth of St. Paul the Apostle. St. Paul, originally Saul of Tarsus, is one of the most influential figures in Christian history. A former persecutor of Christians, Paul underwent a dramatic conversion after a vision of Christ on the road to Damascus. That single moment changed his life and the course of Christianity. He went on to travel across the Roman Empire, preaching, teaching, and writing many of the New Testament's most famous letters. The Vatican's commemorative coin features St. Paul holding a sword, which symbolizes both the Word of God and his martyrdom, along with a scroll that represents his epistles. The Latin inscription, ANNO curves above him, elegantly reminding us of the Pauline year celebration. With a mintage of only 100,000 pieces, this coin was never released into general circulation. It was sold exclusively in official Vatican coin folders and sets, which means that every single one of these coins was made for collectors. Today, if you want to own one of these commemorative coins, you can expect to pay anywhere from €15,000 to €35,000, depending on its condition and packaging. Coins still sealed in their original folder or presentation case can fetch premium prices, especially those certified by professional grading services. And with each passing year, pristine examples become harder to find. Vatican coins are particularly collectible because of their religious significance and low mintages. Many collectors try to build a complete Vatican euro collection, and this 2008 Paul the Apostle coin is a cornerstone for anyone interested in faith-based coinage. Number 6. But now, let's turn our attention to something completely different. A modern minting mistake that turned an ordinary €2 coin into a hidden gem worth over €1,000. We're talking about the 2002 Finland €2 with a rare die error, a missing edge inscription. Normally, finished €2 coins are minted with a distinctive edge inscription that reads, Suomi Finland ****, repeated in a decorative pattern. This is one of the security features meant to authenticate euro coins and make them difficult to counterfeit. However, in a very small batch of coins released in 2002, the very first year of euro circulation, some finished €2 coins left the mint completely blank on the edge. No inscription, no stars, just smooth metal where text should be. This happened due to a minting error, likely involving improperly installed or unprepared edge dies during the striking process. At the time, no one really noticed. After all, the euro was new, and millions of coins were being distributed across Europe. But years later, collectors began discovering these odd, smooth-edged €2 coins, and their value skyrocketed. Why? Because mint errors like this are extremely rare, especially in an official currency as tightly regulated as the euro. Experts estimate that only a small number of these blank-edged coins escape detection. possibly no more than a few hundred. That makes them incredibly valuable to collectors, especially those who specialize in mint errors or first-year euro issues. Today, one of these error coins in high-grade condition can sell for anywhere between 15,000 euros and 20,000 euros, and sometimes even more if it's been authenticated and graded. But be warned, there are worn coins out there that may appear to be blank-edged, but are simply the result of heavy circulation. If you think you've found one, inspect it carefully under magnification. A true blank edge should be completely smooth, with no trace of lettering or indentations. For maximum value and authenticity, consider sending it to a grading service like NGC or PCGS Europe. To sum up, we've looked at two very different €2 coins, but each with a compelling story. The 2008 Vatican City coin honors a pillar of Christian faith and history, produced in low numbers for collectors worldwide. And the 2002 Finland mint error is a fluke of production, a simple oversight that turned into a €1,000,000 collectible. One celebrates tradition, the other exposes the rare imperfections behind mass-produced currency. And both prove that you never know what kind of treasure might be sitting in your coin jar or collection folder. Number 7. A beautiful coin that celebrates one of the most iconic artists in history, Domnikos Theotokopoulos, better known as El Greco. In 2014, Greece issued a €2 commemorative coin to mark the 400th anniversary of El Greco's death. For those unfamiliar, El Greco was a master painter, sculptor, and architect of the Spanish Renaissance, but he was born in Crete, which was then part of the Republic of Venice. His unique blend of Byzantine traditions with Western artistic techniques made his work instantly recognizable. Elongated figures, dramatic lighting, and deeply emotional expressions. The coin's design features a portrait of El Greco, inspired by his own self-portraits, with the years 1614, 2014 marking the anniversary of his death. It's a striking design, combining both national pride and artistic legacy. Greece produced only 75,000 of these coins, in brilliant uncirculated quality, and all were sold directly to collectors. That means none of these were released into everyday circulation. If you find one, you're extremely lucky, or someone accidentally spent a real treasure. Because of the coin's limited mintage and the enduring popularity of El Greco, its value on the secondary market has steadily increased. Today, collectors are paying anywhere between 15,000 euros and 30,000 euros for this piece, and higher if it's still sealed in original mint packaging. As time goes on, and these coins become harder to find in pristine condition, their value is only expected to grow. Art lovers, Greek culture enthusiasts, and euro collectors all compete for this one. Number 8. But now, let's switch to a very different type of rarity, one that comes not from deliberate design, but from a surprising mistake at the mint. This is the 2007 Germany €2 coin, featuring a missing mint mark. Now, to understand why that's such a big deal, let's talk briefly about how Germany handles euro coins. Unlike most countries, Germany has 5 different mints, each identified by a letter: A for Berlin, D for Munich, F for Stuttgart, G for Karlsruhe, and J for Hamburg. Each mint puts its identifying letter on every coin it strikes. In 2007, Germany issued a commemorative €2 coin as part of the Federal States series, honoring the state of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these coins were struck without any mint mark at all, completely missing the letter that tells you where it came from. It's a rare and mysterious error. Experts believe that a small batch of planchets, those blank metal discs used for coinage, were fed into the press before the mint mark punch was installed or aligned properly. The result, a coin that looks exactly like the standard issue, except with a blank spot where the mint mark should be. This missing mint mark error was caught quickly, but not before some coins had already been released. It's unclear how many made it into circulation, but they are extremely scarce. Finding one in your pocket change is like winning the lottery for euro collectors. On the secondary market, these error coins can command anywhere from 5,000 euros to over €1,000,000, depending on their condition and whether they've been authenticated by a grading service. And just like with other high-value errors, buyers need to be cautious. Worn coins or those with tampered mint marks can sometimes appear similar, so authentication is key. What makes this error even more fascinating is that it highlights the importance of tiny details in coin collecting. A single missing letter, just one character, can turn a standard €2 coin into a treasure worth hundreds. It's a reminder that in the world of numismatics, the smallest things can make the biggest difference. So whether you're drawn to the artistic brilliance of El Greco or the thrill of a rare minting error from Germany, these two coins show the incredible range of stories and values that lie behind the euro currency. One was carefully crafted to celebrate a cultural icon, and the other was an accidental rarity that slipped through quality control. But both are now highly sought after and can bring in serious money if found in the right condition. Number 9. Let's start with the 2007 Portugal €2 commemorative coin, issued in honor of the Portuguese Presidency of the Council of the European Union. Now, if that sounds like a mouthful, let me break it down. Every 6 months, a different EU member country takes over the rotating presidency of the Council, guiding legislation, shaping discussions, and setting agendas. In 2007, Portugal took the lead, and to mark the occasion, the country's mint released a special €2 commemorative coin. The coin's design is modern and symbolic. It features a stylized image of an olive tree, its branches spreading out in multiple directions. This isn't just a nod to peace, though it certainly implies that it also represents growth, unity, and the many paths the EU can take under Portugal's leadership. The tree design is framed with the words, Presidency do Conselho da UE Portugal 2007. And like most commemorative euro coins, it has the 12 EU stars around the outer ring. Here's what makes it valuable. Although it was issued as a commemorative coin, the mintage was relatively low. Just 20,000 pieces in proof quality and limited quantities in brilliant uncirculated form. And because Portugal doesn't produce nearly as many euro coin varieties as larger countries like Germany or France, Portuguese commemoratives tend to attract strong collector interest. Many collectors seek full sets of euro coins by country, and Portugal's commemoratives are crucial puzzle pieces. The 2007 Portugal EU Presidency coin can sell for anywhere between €1,000 and €2,500, depending on its condition. But here's the thing, coins in original packaging or proof condition often fetch a premium, especially if they're still sealed or graded. Demand remains high because this coin marks not only a political milestone, but also showcases Portugal's participation in the larger European project. It's an ideal target for both political history buffs and euro collectors alike. Number 10. Now let's travel to one of Europe's tiniest but richest coin-issuing nations, San Marino. This microstate, perched on the slopes of Mount Titano, has become a giant in the world of euro numismatics. The coin in question is the 2004 San Marino €2 commemorative, which honors one of the most influential figures in scientific history, Galileo Galilei. This was actually the first €2 commemorative coin ever issued by San Marino, and it immediately drew attention from collectors across Europe. Galileo, of course, needs no introduction. Often called the father of modern science, he revolutionized our understanding of physics, astronomy, and the universe itself. He famously improved the telescope, confirmed the heliocentric model, and fought against dogma in the name of empirical truth. Issuing a coin in his honor was a fitting tribute, not just from Italy, where he was born, but from San Marino, which has long championed education and freedom of thought. The coin's design shows a detailed portrait of Galileo with one of his telescopes. His curious expression gazes outward, symbolizing his never-ending quest for knowledge. The backdrop includes stars and planetary orbits, further emphasizing his contributions to space science. Around the edge, you'll find the name Galileo, Galilei, along with the issuing country and the year of issue, 2005. San Marino only minted 130,000 of these coins, and they were never meant for general circulation. Every coin was sold in special collector packaging, which means that most examples you'll find today have been well preserved. That scarcity, combined with the universal admiration for Galileo, has made this coin one of the most sought after among euro collectors. Prices vary depending on condition and presentation, but serious buyers are paying anywhere from €3,000 to €7,000 for this piece. And here's a little secret: if you have a sealed original folder, especially one that's been untouched and protected for years, you could be sitting on a coin that fetches closer to the high end of that range. Some professionally graded examples have even gone for more, particularly in top MS or PF grades. It's a classic case of science meeting scarcity, and collectors just can't resist. Number 11. Let's begin in the heart of Vatican City with a coin that holds immense emotional and historical significance. The 2004 Vatican City €2 Commemorative, issued in remembrance of Pope John Paul II, while he didn't pass away until 2005. This coin, issued the year prior, has become deeply associated with the twilight of his papacy, a period of global reverence and reflection. And here's why that matters. Collectors of Vatican coins are often just as motivated by spiritual meaning and historical weight as they are by rarity. And in this case, they get all three. Only 85,000 of these coins were ever minted. That's right, just 85,000. When you compare that to the millions of coins released by larger countries, it's a staggeringly small number. And when you consider that Vatican City doesn't have a typical monetary system for day-to-day transactions, it uses the euro, but doesn't flood the market with coins, these releases are almost entirely targeted toward collectors. That makes demand sky-high. The 2004 issue shows Pope John Paul II in profile, aged and solemn, framed by inscriptions and the traditional 12 stars representing the European Union. The image is powerful, especially knowing what was soon to follow. It captures a moment in time, the anticipation, the reverence, and the recognition that this man had led the Catholic Church for over a quarter-century. His global influence, his dedication to peace and unity, and his role in the fall of communism in Eastern Europe made him a figure revered by billions. Because of this emotional and spiritual weight, combined with the extremely low mintage, the value of the 2004 Vatican €2 coin has soared over time. Prices today range from around €4,000 to as much as €1, 0,000 or more depending on the condition and whether it's in its original collector packaging. Coins that are sealed, untouched, and graded professionally can fetch even higher amounts at auction. This isn't just a collector's coin, it's a historic token, a miniature tribute to a life that shaped the modern world. Number 12. And now we jump from the modern day to the ancient world, with a coin that blends numismatics with classical history. This one comes from San Marino and features a figure you've likely heard of, whether you're into coins or not, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. In 2009, San Marino issued a €2 commemorative to honor the 1,800th anniversary of his death. That's right, this tiny microstate on the Italian peninsula released a modern coin, celebrating a man who ruled the Roman Empire almost 2 millennia ago. Now Marcus Aurelius wasn't just any emperor. He was a philosopher king, the author of Meditations, one of the most profound works of Stoic thought in history. His reign, from 161 to 180 AD, was marked by intellectual insight, military campaigns, and a sincere effort to lead with wisdom and justice. In today's world, where people often feel disconnected from their leaders, Marcus Aurelius remains a symbol of calm, rational power guided by moral clarity. The coin's design is elegant and full of symbolism. It features a classical portrait of Marcus Aurelius in Roman garb, his curled hair and solemn expression instantly evoking the marble busts found in museums around the world. Around the edge is the inscription honoring the anniversary, along with San Marino's national identifier, and the 12 EU stars that remind us this is a modern currency with ancient roots. Only 130,000 of these coins were minted, and like all of San Marino's euro issues, they were produced strictly for collectors. None of these ended up in pocket change or general circulation, which means each one was carefully sold through official channels and collector sets. That also means that today, they're hard to come by, especially in mint condition. As of now, values typically fall between €1,500 and €3,500, with prices pushing higher for uncirculated or certified examples. Number 13. Let's start with the 2008 Vatican City €2 commemorative coin. This coin was issued to celebrate the Pauline year, dedicated to St. Paul the Apostle, one of the most influential figures in Christian history. Now, this wasn't just any religious observance. The Pauline year was proclaimed by Pope Benedict XVI to mark the 2000th anniversary of St. Paul's birth, and the Vatican decided to issue a limited number of commemorative coins to highlight this event. And when the Vatican decides to mint a coin, the world's collectors take notice. The design of this coin is both detailed and deeply symbolic. It features a powerful image of St. Paul holding a book, representing his epistles in the New Testament, and a sword, referencing his martyrdom, behind him. Architectural elements echo the historic churches of Rome, where Paul is believed to have preached and been buried. Around the outer rim are the 12 stars of the European Union, a reminder that this is still a modern piece of currency, despite its deeply spiritual subject matter. Only 100,000 of these coins were minted, and like all Vatican issues, they weren't released into general circulation. They were sold exclusively in official collector packaging, often through Vatican-approved dealers, or directly from the Philatelic and Numismatic Office of the Holy See. That limited access has only increased the demand and the value. Today, depending on the condition and whether it remains in its original case or folder, the 2008 Vatican €2 commemorative honoring St. Paul can sell for anywhere between €1,500 and €3,500. It's one of those coins that appeals not just to coin collectors, but also to religious historians, Christians around the world, and anyone who appreciates beautifully crafted, low-mintage numismatic pieces. And because the Vatican issues only one €2 commemorative per year, each one is significant, and this particular release is especially meaningful due to its connection to St. Paul, whose teachings helped shape the foundations of Christianity. Number 14. Now let's take a dramatic turn from the religious to the technical, because next up is one of the rarest mint errors in the euro coin world. The 2002 Finland €2 with a missing edge inscription. Now to understand why this coin is so important, we need to talk a little bit about how €2 coins are made. Standard €2 coins have a unique bimetallic structure, an inner core and an outer ring, but they also feature something special on the edge, an edge inscription. Each country has its own design, or lettering, engraved into the edge of the €2 coin. In Finland's case, this usually includes stars and the value 2 repeated around the edge. But in 2002, a very small number of €2 coins left the mint completely smooth, missing the edge inscription altogether. Now, mint errors can happen for a variety of reasons. Maybe a die was misaligned, or maybe a blank slipped through without being properly processed. Whatever the cause, these smooth-edged €2 coins from Finland are extremely rare. It's estimated that only a few hundred were released before the error was discovered and corrected. And because Finland was one of the first countries to adopt the euro, the 2002 issue is even more historically significant. It represents a transition from the Finnish marka to the euro, and one of the earliest mistakes in the Eurozone's coinage. This is the kind of coin that gets collectors buzzing. It's not flashy, it doesn't commemorate an event or a famous person, but it's a mistake, a true oddity, and in the world of coin collecting, mistakes can sometimes be more valuable than perfection. So how much is this error coin worth? Well, that depends heavily on condition and authentication. Because fakes and alterations do exist, serious collectors are willing to pay more for certified examples that have been verified by a professional grading service. But if you have an authentic 2002 Finland €2 with a smooth edge, no inscription whatsoever, you could be looking at a value between €5,000 and €1,000 or more. What's amazing is that this error isn't always easy to spot. Most people don't think to check the edge of their coins. They look at the faces, maybe the date or the design, but they never glance at the side. So it's entirely possible that someone has one of these in a drawer, a coin jar, or even in a wallet, completely unaware of what they're holding. Number 15. Coin number 15 on our list comes from the tiny Principality of Andorra, a country known for its picturesque mountains, low taxes, and now its rare collectible coins. In 2014, Andorra finally began issuing its own euro coins. Though it had long used the euro unofficially, it wasn't until that year that it entered into a formal monetary agreement with the European Union. That agreement allowed Andorra to mint a small quantity of euros each year, and in true Andorran fashion, they started strong. Among the earliest and most collectible is the 2014 Andorra €2 coin, commemorating the 20th anniversary of the country's accession to the United Nations. On the surface, this may not seem like a particularly flashy coin, but when you look closer, both at the design and the mintage, you start to see why collectors are going after it. The coin features a detailed image of the facade of the United Nations building in New York, alongside the Andorran coat of arms and the inscription marking the occasion. It's sharp, clean, and loaded with symbolism, a small but proud nation marking its place on the global stage. But here's what really drives the value: scarcity. Only 100,000 of these coins were released. That's an incredibly low number, especially when you consider the demand from collectors across Europe, who wanted a complete set of Andorran euros the moment they were issued. And unlike some commemoratives released in coin cards or collector sets, this one was produced in such small numbers that even seasoned collectors had to act fast to secure one. Today, the 2014 Andorra €2 commemorative for the UN anniversary can fetch between €1,500 and €3,000 depending on condition and packaging. But what's more important than the price is the significance. This coin is a symbol of Andorra stepping into the modern monetary world. It's a debut piece from a country with almost no coinage history under the euro, which makes it particularly desirable for anyone looking to build a truly complete collection of all euro-issuing nations. Number 16. And now, as we move to coin number 16, we find ourselves looking at a very different kind of rarity, one not born from a small country, but from a minting era that shocked even experienced collectors. Let's talk about the 2007 Germany €2 coin with missing edge lettering. Now, if you've watched the earlier parts of this series, you'll remember a similar story from Finland, but this one comes with its own twist. Germany is known for precision. Their minting processes are among the best in the world. But even in the most advanced systems, errors can slip through. In 2007, Germany released a €2 commemorative honoring the Treaty of Rome, one of the founding moments of the European Union. The design was beautiful, showing the treaty itself overlaid on a stylized floor pattern representing the Piazza del Campidoglio in Rome, where the treaty was signed. But a small number of these coins were minted without any lettering on the edge. Now, if you're familiar with €2 coins, you'll know that the edge typically includes text or symbols unique to each country. For Germany, the edge inscription usually says, Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit, unity and justice and freedom. It's a powerful phrase, but on these error coins, nothing, just a smooth, blank edge. These minting errors are extremely hard to find. Only a tiny batch escaped detection before the mistake was caught and corrected. And like with all mint errors, what drives the value is not just rarity, but the fact that the coin is technically incomplete. It's a ghost version of what should have been. A subtle error with major consequences for collectors. Prices for this error coin range from €3,000 to €6,000, and in some cases, even higher if the coin is authenticated and graded. But even beyond the monetary value, this coin represents something fascinating. The idea that even in a world of machines and strict quality control, true randomness and unpredictability still exist. If you're going through your German €2 coins, especially ones from 2007, check the edge. You might be holding something extraordinary. It's often overlooked, but that's what makes it so special. You don't expect treasure to hide in plain sight. But in the world of coins, that's exactly where it likes to be. Number 17. Let's start with a coin that pays tribute to one of the greatest artistic minds the world has ever known. In 2014, Italy released a €2 commemorative coin honoring the 450th anniversary of the birth of Michelangelo Buonarroti. Yes, that Michelangelo, the Renaissance genius behind the Sistine Chapel ceiling. The Pieta and the David, he wasn't just a painter. He was a sculptor, an architect, and a visionary who shaped the very foundations of European art. This coin captures his legacy beautifully. The design features a powerful close-up of the face of Michelangelo's iconic statue of Moses, a masterpiece in marble that resides in Rome's San Pietro in Vincoli Church. The details are striking, the strength in the beard, the intensity in the eyes. Every contour carved by Michelangelo centuries ago now rendered in miniature metal by Italy's modern mint. To the right of the portrait, the letters RI stand for Repubblica Italiana, and below that the inscription, Michelangelo 1514-2014. Only 1.5 million of these coins were minted, which might seem like a lot, but when you consider that this was a national tribute to one of Italy's greatest figures, and released across a country with over 60 million people and countless tourists and collectors, it's easy to understand how quickly these disappeared from circulation. Many never even saw the inside of a wallet. Collectors grabbed them the moment they were released. Today, this €2 commemorative sells for around €8,000 to €15,000 in top condition, especially if it's been kept in pristine, uncirculated form or housed in official mint packaging. And while it may not be the rarest coin in our list, its enduring value comes from what it represents. A coin that's more than money. It's a tribute to genius, a pocket-sized homage to a man who helped shape the very concept of beauty. Number 18. Now let's shift our gaze from the grandeur of the Italian Renaissance to a coin whose value comes from something altogether different: mystery. Error and controversy. I'm talking about the 2002 Portugal €2 coin with the rare die alignment error. This coin has stirred discussions among collectors for years, not only because of the error itself, but because of how incredibly subtle and hard to detect it is. Here's the deal. Normally, coins are struck in a very precise alignment. The obverse, the front, and the reverse, the back, are positioned perfectly so that when you flip the coin vertically, the reverse is right side up. But on a very small number of Portugal's 2002 €2 coins, that alignment was off. When flipped, the reverse image appears slightly rotated or even completely inverted. It's a tiny minting flaw, something that slipped past quality control in the very first year Portugal minted euro coins. Now you might be asking, how could something so minor be so valuable? The answer lies in just how rare these alignment errors are. They aren't like cracks or double strikes that leave dramatic marks. These errors require a keen eye and often a professional examination to detect. That rarity, combined with the intrigue of a first-year minting error, has made this coin a must-have for serious collectors. But there's more. Portugal's euro coins are already less commonly seen outside of Iberia, and many collectors outside Portugal may have no idea to even check for this. That means some of these rare alignment errors could still be out there, sitting in jars, drawers, or stuck at the bottom of a coin purse, just waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what they're looking for. Prices for this error coin can range between €2,500 and €5,000, sometimes more if it's been authenticated and graded by a reputable coin service. The key, as always, is condition. Even a minor scratch or sign of wear can impact the value. So if you think you've got one of these, handle it with care and get it checked by a professional. What makes this coin so fascinating is that its value doesn't come from a design or a commemoration. It comes from imperfection, from a mistake, from a tiny misalignment that turned an ordinary object into a rare collectible. It's proof that sometimes, in the world of coin collecting, it's the anomalies that carry the biggest stories and the highest prices. Number 19. Coin number 19 is one such example, a tiny, gleaming piece of Vatican history. It's the 2005 Vatican City €2 commemorative coin, released to mark the 20th World Youth Day, held in Cologne, Germany. If you've been following this series, you already know that Vatican coins are prized among collectors. Why? Because they're minted in extremely small numbers, often feature profound religious symbolism, and because Vatican City, being the smallest independent state in the world, has a certain mystique that makes anything it produces incredibly collectible. Now, this €2 piece is more than just a tribute to an event. It's a coin that connects deeply with Catholic youth across the world. On its reverse, the design shows a stylized depiction of Cologne Cathedral, with the World Youth Day logo, an abstract cross shining like a star. Below the cathedral, you'll see the inscriptions and dates, capturing the event and the spiritual energy that surrounded it. Only 100,000 of these coins were minted. That's tiny, especially considering the global reach of the Vatican and the millions of Catholics around the world who value anything associated with papal events. The coin was sold directly through the Vatican Philatelic and Numismatic Office and was snapped up quickly by eager collectors, some of whom were attending the World Youth Day events in person. Today, this commemorative €2 coin can be worth between €2,000 and €4,000, depending on condition, packaging, and whether it remains sealed in its original card. And while its financial value is impressive, for many collectors, it's the spiritual and historical context that matters most. It's a piece of modern Vatican diplomacy, minted in a moment of global youth gathering and papal significance. Number 20. But now we move to something completely different. Coin number 20 on our list is a ghost in the machine, a coin that was never meant to be rare, yet somehow became one of the most elusive pieces in modern euro coinage. We're talking about the 2009 German €2 commemorative, honoring the 10th anniversary of the Economic and Monetary Union. On the surface, this sounds like just another commemorative coin. The design features a stylized human figure merging into the euro symbol, a tribute to unity and cooperation between nations. It was a design agreed upon by all Eurozone members, and each country produced its own version. Most were issued in the millions and are easy to find. But the German version, that's where things get strange. Although the mintage was initially intended to be high, a significant portion of the planned circulation was never released to the public. Instead, many were held back, melted down, or simply disappeared from mainstream distribution. The result, a commemorative coin that should be common, but isn't. What sets this German issue apart is also the subtle mint mark, the letter D, F, G, or J, indicating which of the German mints produce the coin. Some versions, especially from certain mints like F, Stuttgart, and G, Karlsruhe, are particularly hard to find in circulation. The mystery around these missing coins has added to the intrigue and the value. Collectors who specialize in German euro coins are especially drawn to this one, not just for its odd scarcity, but because it represents a kind of modern minting mystery. Why weren't they widely released? Why are certain mint marks nearly impossible to find in uncirculated condition? Today, a 2009 German €2 EMU coin with the right mint mark can sell for between €1,500 and €3,000, particularly in high grades or mint-packaged condition. But the real thrill, it's a coin you might still find in circulation if you're lucky. That's what makes it so exciting. It's a whisper in the wild, a sleeper coin that, once discovered, can turn an ordinary pocketful of change into a collector's jackpot. Number 21. Coin number 21 brings us once again to the heart of the Vatican, an institution whose influence stretches far beyond its tiny borders. The 2008 Vatican City €2 coin was released to honor the year of St. Paul the Apostle, marking 2,000 years since the birth of one of Christianity's most influential figures. Now, in the world of coin collecting, themes matter. Coins with religious, cultural, or historical resonance often generate high interest, especially when issued by the Vatican, which consistently produces some of the most sought-after commemorative euro coins. This particular piece is no exception. The design is dignified and symbolic. It features an image of St. Paul standing solemnly with a book in one hand and a sword in the other, a classic representation, capturing both his writings and his martyrdom. Behind him stands the iconic Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls, a pilgrimage site and one of Rome's 4 major basilicas. The inscriptions wrap the scene with reverence. Città del Vaticano curves along the top, while the year 2008 is marked boldly. The initials of the coin's designer and the mint are subtly etched, but the message of the coin is powerful and direct, a tribute to a man whose letters helped shape the Christian world. Only 100,000 of these coins were ever minted. That figure alone makes it rare, but when you combine it with the coin's powerful theme, spiritual relevance, and Vatican origin, it becomes even more desirable. Many were quickly purchased by pilgrims, collectors, and those seeking a spiritual keepsake. Few remained in circulation, and few are still in uncirculated mint condition. Today, this coin commands anywhere from €1,500 to €3,500, depending on grade and packaging. Coins in original Vatican blister packs tend to bring top dollar, and while its value is impressive, what's even more remarkable is how this small piece of metal holds such weight, not just in euros, but in emotional and spiritual significance. Number 22. We now turn from spiritual tribute to something more mechanical, but just as fascinating. Coin number 22 is a product not of intentional design, but of minting error, a glitch, a rare mistake that has turned a handful of coins into highly prized oddities. I'm talking about the 2002 Finland €2 coin with a missing edge inscription. Let's break this down. Every Finnish €2 coin, like all €2 coins from around the EU, features an edge inscription. It's a distinctive feature, 3 repeating words in Finnish, Suomi, Finland, separated by stars. But in 2002, the very first year Finland began minting euro coins, something unusual happened. A small number of these coins left the mint without the edge lettering. The inscription was completely missing. Why is that such a big deal? Because the edge lettering isn't just a decorative flourish. It's part of the official design and security features of the €2 coin. Its absence means a clear minting failure occurred, likely due to a misfeed or malfunction in the edge lettering machine. Only a very limited number of these error coins escaped into circulation, making them incredibly rare, and unlike commemorative coins, which are advertised and sold in coin cards or sets, these coins weren't supposed to be special. That's what makes them so exciting. They're stealth rarities, hidden among the regular euros in circulation. A chance discovery that can turn a casual coin checker into a collector overnight. What should you look for? It's simple, check the edge. If you have a 2002 Finnish €2 coin and it lacks the usual inscription, you may be holding a valuable error. But beware, edge wear from heavy circulation can sometimes obscure lettering, so condition is key. A genuine error will show a completely smooth edge with no signs of tampering or wear-based loss. Today, this error coin is valued anywhere from 5,000 euros to over €1, 0,000, depending on condition. Verified examples in uncirculated or lightly circulated states can fetch even more, especially when authenticated by a reputable numismatic grading service. Number 23. Coin number 23 is one of those pieces that commands attention as soon as it's mentioned. Released in 2004, the San Marino €2 commemorative coin marks the 2000th anniversary of the birth of the Emperor Augustus, one of the most transformative figures in world history. Augustus, the first Roman emperor, was the architect of the Pax Romana, the Roman peace, which allowed art, culture, and trade to flourish across Europe for centuries. He reshaped Rome from a crumbling republic into a mighty empire, and his reign left a legacy that has endured for millennia. San Marino, a tiny enclave nestled in the heart of Italy, is no stranger to producing coins that are highly sought after by collectors, often thanks to their connection to significant historical figures and events. The €2 coin celebrating Augustus is one of these rare pieces. On the coin's reverse, you'll see a striking representation of Augustus' bust, portrayed in a dignified, classical style. The figure gazes outward with a sense of solemnity, a leader who commanded both respect and reverence. Below the portrait is the inscription, Emperor Augustus, along with the dates of his birth and death, 63 BC AD 14. Only 130,000 of these coins were minted, which is a relatively low number when you consider the global demand for commemorative coins from such a historically significant figure. Additionally, the coin's design is masterful, an art piece in its own right. The elegance of Augustus' portrait, combined with the inscription and symbols of the Roman Empire, make this coin not only a beautiful piece of history, but also a link to a time long past, because of its low mintage and the historical importance of the figure it honors. The 2004 San Marino €2 coin regularly fetches €2,500 to €4,000, depending on condition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated states, or those still in their original mint packaging, can reach higher prices, and it's especially valuable to collectors who specialize in Roman history or the fascinating legacy of the emperors. It's a piece that invites you to hold history in your hand, a direct connection to the past, crafted in the present, and for anyone lucky enough to own one, it's not just a coin, it's a tribute to the lasting power of Augustus and his empire. Number 24. Now we move on to coin number 24, a coin that holds an almost mythical status in the numismatic world. This coin isn't just rare, it's almost legendary. We're talking about the 2009 Slovenia €2 commemorative coin, celebrating the Slovenian presidency of the European Union. What makes this coin so special? It's not the design, though the design itself is sleek and modern, featuring an abstract interpretation of Europe, with a stylized map of the continent in the shape of a hand and a star. It's not the subject either, as the Slovenian presidency was a moment of national pride, but not necessarily a globally significant event. No, what makes this coin truly remarkable is the minting error that occurred during its production. Only a very small number of the 2009 Slovenia €2 coins were issued with a misaligned design, causing a portion of the coin's imagery to be struck off-center. These errors were rare enough to become highly coveted by collectors once word got out. But there's an even more intriguing element. Many of these misaligned coins were mistakenly sold at face value, meaning that collectors who caught wind of the error were able to purchase them without paying the typical numismatic premium. And that's where things get interesting. A coin that was supposed to be a standard issue, nothing more than a commemorative marking Slovenia's time at the helm of the EU, suddenly became a mistake that turned into a hidden gem, a coin whose error added so much value. It has skyrocketed in price in the years since its release. Today, a misaligned 2009 Slovenia €2 commemorative coin can sell for anywhere between €5,000 and €1, 0,000, depending on condition. Those in pristine, uncirculated condition, or with particularly severe misalignment, can fetch even more. The error is so rare that it has become a true treasure hunt for collectors who specialize in euro minting mistakes. Number 25. We've finally arrived. After a journey across the Eurozone that's taken us from tiny Vatican City to the heart of Finland, from emperors and popes to minting mistakes and misunderstood masterpieces, we now reach the final two coins on our list. These are the most elusive, the most coveted, the absolute pinnacle of modern European numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or simply someone fascinated by history etched in metal, these last two coins represent everything that makes Euro coin collecting so thrilling. Coming in at number 25 is a coin that has, over the years, become almost mythical among collectors. The 2007 Monaco €2 commemorative coin, issued in honor of Princess Grace Kelly. Now let's set the stage. Grace Kelly wasn't just royalty, she was Hollywood royalty. An Academy Award-winning actress, known for her elegance, beauty, and iconic roles in films like Rear Window and To Catch a Thief. But her life changed dramatically in 1956, when she married Prince Rainier III of Monaco, becoming Princess Grace of Monaco. Her fairytale transformation from screen legend to real-life princess captured the world's imagination, and her tragic death in 1982 only deepened the public's fascination with her. In 2007, the Principality of Monaco decided to commemorate the 25th anniversary of her passing with a special €2 coin. And they did something extraordinary. They minted only 20,001 coins. That's it, one of the lowest mintages ever for a circulating €2 coin. The coin itself is stunning. It features a left-facing profile of Grace Kelly, her features elegantly rendered with incredible detail. The inscription reads Monarch above her head and the year 2007 below. The engraver's initials and the mint mark are subtly placed, ensuring the design remains clean and regal. Today, this coin regularly sells for €2, 0,000 to over €3, 5,000, depending on condition and packaging. Uncirculated specimens in original Monaco blister packs are the most valuable, and because so many of these coins were snapped up immediately after release, very few remain in general circulation. If you find one in pocket change, you've essentially won the numismatic lottery. What makes this coin so special isn't just the woman it honors or the rarity of its mintage. It's the perfect combination of both. A cultural icon, memorialized by a principality that rarely issues coins, in a format that collectors around the world instantly fell in love with. That's the end of our journey through the most 25 valuable Euro coins. Subscribe for more and happy collecting. Thanks for watching.